Hi there everyone, and welcome to the Swedish Archipelago. I am here at my mom's summer house on a tiny little island that has been in our family since my mom was a kid, so I come here every summer and have done so my whole life. And I really love coming here. It's very slow and simple living out here, and it has taught me a lot about slow living. So I thought I would take you around here today and show a bit about how I live out here and talk a bit about slow living as well. So first, we just had breakfast, and now I really want to do a little bit of yoga. I've been on a streak with morning yoga, and it's really lovely to do it out here. So I want to do that now, and might have a swim later. We'll see. So let's do that. You guys, that was so nice. It's always lovely to do yoga out here with the blue sky above and sound of the little waves and the rustle and the reed around you. I just love it. I wish yoga could be like this always. But yeah, so that was very nice, and I think I'm gonna go for a swim now. It's not very warm, it's probably between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius. But it's always refreshing, even when it's cold. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. That really wasn't too bad. I thought it was gonna be much colder than that. It's actually quite nice. Okay, so let's take a tour. My grandparents bought this place in 1945, and then it was just a tiny little island with nothing on it. And then my grandfather mostly built this house that we have now in different stages. And it's very simple. It has 4 rooms, 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, and a sort of living room. And it's tiny and very simple. And we don't have any running water here, but we have electricity. And we have kept it simple, so there's no TV, there's no Wi-Fi, anything like that. We have a radio, so that's about it. And if you want to take a shower, you swim in the sea. So since there is no Wi-Fi here, there is cell phone reception, but there's no TV and things are very simple. You live very close to nature. It's a really good place to come to simplify and slow down and take a step back from modern technological life, digital life, take a bit of a detox. I sometimes bring my laptop out here and sit and write or something. I didn't do that this time because I felt I could use a couple of days with disconnecting from all of that. So yeah, this is the island. We own the whole island, but it's very tiny. But we're very fortunate to have a whole island to ourselves, essentially. You can see the sea from all sides, so it really is a small island. Just so you don't think that we have this huge island. windy. I hope the audio is okay. This is typical archipelago weather. It's still in the morning and then the wind starts blowing in the middle of the day or the afternoon. That's just part of life out here. You live so close to nature, and the house isn't built for being here in the winter. So if it's cold outside, it's cold inside. So a lot of the spending days here, a lot of the time you're in the house in the evenings and the nights and sometimes during the day, but most of the time we sit outside, we eat outside, we do everything outside, because that's nice, unless it's raining, obviously. There are a different couple of spots that we circle around between during the day. So there's one spot that is best in the mornings, and since we have a whole island, we have all the different directions, so we have sunshine all day round. So this is where it's best in the mornings. So we often eat breakfast here, maybe take a swim in the morning. So then eventually we move down here in the afternoon sometimes, down by the pier. And then the sun moves around here and goes down somewhere over there. So we often have dinner down here. And that's the rhythm of life here in our little island in the archipelago. So you essentially move around after the sunshine, and if it's raining, then you go inside and you eat. A lot of circles around the different meals during the day. So it's a very simple way of living. And now it's fika time. Fika is a Swedish word for having coffee or tea with something sweet, usually in the afternoon, but it could be other times in the day as well. And fika is very important out here. It's a highlight in the day, so now it's fika time. Getting interested in slow living a couple of years ago. By then I had started working a 9-to-5 office job, and I had managed to start dealing with my creative fears that had been keeping me from working on my first novel. So by then I was blogging and writing my novel and doing photography, and I was also painting a bit. And things piling on, and I started getting quite stressed. There wasn't enough time for me to unwind and slow down, and I was so inspired by creativity and that I finally was able to create, because earlier I had been too scared. I had been too scared of failing and all of that. So I started overworking a bit, pushing myself too hard, and eventually I understood that I couldn't keep going that way. I couldn't be stressed all the time, and I didn't want my creative life to be like that. So I started searching for a way to simplify and slow down a bit, and that's when I found slow living. So that has inspired me and guided me over the past couple of years to slow things down and to not be as stressed about everything. I doubted whether I could have a fulfilling creative life on the side of a day job, but through slow living, I realized that it's not so much about how much time you have, it's more about how you approach things and how you think about time. So for me, I had to prioritize more and to do less and to be more patient with my goals, my plans, my ideas. If you do things on the side of a day job, it's going to take longer than if you do it more full time. That's just the case. And I had wanted to write my novel very fast, and I realized that I'm just not that kind of person. I'm not the kind of person who has my weekend fully booked and work a full-time job. That's just not me. That's never going to be me. And neither is it me to write a book really fast. So yeah, it's accepting your own pace and the pace that feels good for you. That's a lot what slow living is about for me. And I think we all have to find our own versions of it. There's no like, this is slow living and everyone should do it exactly like this. That's not what it's about. It's about choosing how to live your life and what should be in your life intentionally, and not do it by default because that's what everyone else is doing. So coming out here, I do a lot of the things that are important acts of slow living for me. So I always read a lot, always been a big reader. So coming here, I spend a lot of my time reading. I also knit. So right now I have a pair of socks that I'm knitting. So that I always do that. And just, you know, take it easy. Can't go for many walks here since the island is so small. But yeah, you can row your boat down over to the bigger island if you want to. So yeah, coming here is a good reminder for me. I'm on my summer vacation now, and having a creative life on the side of a day job, vacations can become a time with a lot of creative work. And I have two different pulls inside of me. I have the side of me that really wants to go slow, has always wanted a more slower pace than some other people ever since I was a kid. I always, like I said, I always like to sit quietly and read. And then there's the side of me who's very inspired and very enthusiastic about things and gets idea and want to do everything at once. So these two forces are always battling inside of me a bit, and that's also why slow living is so important to me, because I have to choose it again and again, and to check myself so I don't start pushing myself too hard. So coming here, like I said, I left my laptop at home, so to not work too much and just be here and take it slow. So that's what I'm gonna do the rest of my stay here, and maybe journal a bit. I brought my journal, so if I for some reason want to sit and write anyway, though I didn't bring my laptop, I have my journal. So yeah, I hope you liked this little peek into life in the archipelago, and maybe it inspired you as well to slow down and look for the small moments that can hold so much value if we let them, and if we have, if we're at a pace where we can really appreciate them. Because if we're going too fast, we don't notice it, do we? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that little like button if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already and want to see more. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!